Hey there, and welcome to Rob's Custom Wood Shop. My name's Rob, and today I'm going to be unboxing this DW618 PK 2¼ horse router with a fixed base and a plunge base. And not only am I going to be unboxing this, I'm going to review this in the form of a head-to-head competition with my Makita RK1101KIT 2¼ horse router with fixed and plunge bases. Now this router I've had for the last 15 years, and this thing is a workhorse. And if I had to buy another one again, it would probably be the same one as this, but I thought I would give the Dewalt a chance. Full disclaimer, when I got this router about 3 months ago, I needed the cardboard for something, so I ripped it off, I looked in the box, and then I basically put it on a shelf until today. So now we're going to open it up and check it out and see how good this thing really is. Well, for one, the box is not dust proof. Just sitting on the shelf here, it's got dust sitting in it. It comes with a plunge base with an easy to set depth stop and a micro adjustment, which is nice. And I'm not quite sure what that does yet. I will say I'm a little disappointed that the lever doesn't self-return into lock like the Makita one does. The instructions, but who needs those? It comes with a spare base plate, the wrench. I think this is for the dust collector part. I'll give this a quick read and find out what this is. So this piece here attaches to this piece, allowing you to hook a vacuum onto this, and this piece attaches to the base, creating a little place for the dust to be sucked in and up. Now, the cord, it's an 8-foot long cord, and comes with a 1/2 inch and a 1/4 inch collet. So now the fixed base. It actually has a little bit of heft to it. So it is a 2¼ horse, 12 amp maxed. It is variable speed. Now, this is something that the Makita doesn't have. It actually has a functioning micro adjustment. And then, to quickly remove it, just pull it out if I want to change the base. I have to say that in all the time I've used the Makita router, I've only really changed the base to a fixed base once or twice. Otherwise, it's always in the plunge base. So to install this, it looks like it just drops into the stop. You drop it to the stop, and what I said about not having a self-return spring, the plunge base, it also has an adjustable stop, depth stop, for making multiple passes, so you don't have to change your depth rod, and even has an adjustable one in case you're doing micro adjustments. It has positive stops and clicks, which is nice, but all in all, that's what it is. Now I could mess around, trying roundovers or small cuts, but let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. I have a raised panel bit in the router table right now from my last project, and that thing is a beast of a bit. So if we're going to put the router power to a test, that's the bit I want to use. I'll probably use a couple other bits too, like a big bullnose bit, something that's going to take a big bite out of things, and we'll put this 2¼ horse to the test. So for the raised panel bit, I've got a couple pieces of oak. I've got some walnut, which should be nice and hard. When I throw the 1-inch bullnose in, I've got some hard maple here, and then I got some spruce to run through with each bit too. So you can see this bit in the router table. It's almost a 3-inch bit. So this thing takes a little bit of power to turn. First thing I'm going to run through it is going to be the walnut. Now it's the Dewalt's turn to attack this walnut with the raised panel bit in it. Next up is the oak. Now the oak with the Dewalt. I'm going to run the softwood through it. And then we use the Dewalt. Now I've swapped the bit to the one I used to do the cope cut. Since I'm cutting end grain, it'll be just like cutting a rail on a stile and rail door, only longer. Now let's see how this Dewalt does. If you plug it in, it goes faster. So they say this is only a 3/8 inch bullnose bit, but it's a pretty big bit. It measures 1 inch to the top, and that's the cut I'm going to take. I believe it's 3/8 in depth, so it's going to be a pretty hefty cut for this router. Now I'm going to try and cut the hard maple. Dewalt versus the maple. So just for comparison, these are the 3 bits I was using to run these tests with. These are 3/8 round over bits, just to show you that I was really putting these routers to a test. So the way my Veritas router table works is you put your plunge base in and you center it using these 2 slides on each side, and then you bolt it down secure, and then you tighten the router down with this cam arm on each side. The problem I'm having with this Dewalt compared to my Makita is this flat side. It's not allowing the router to go down all the way for the full plunge. It's hitting against this piece. Though many of the new router lifts out there don't require you to leave your plunge base in. They only accept the motor itself. The other point was the on-off switch. When it's in the table, so I can reach the lever easily, I have to have the switch at the back end, and it is a real pain. It would just require a remote turn-on switch to be installed. Now for a comparison side by side. The Dewalt has rubber gripped handles, and the Makita has hardwood handles. Both are smooth and easy to use. Now, when it comes to the lever, it seems they're both on opposite sides, which is a little different to get used to. And the Dewalt is not a spring load return, it's a spring load release. The Makita does not release unless you push it. Now when it comes to the stops, it's very easily set. Basically you turn plunge where you want, quick lock, lift up, and it's set. Now however, the Makita requires you to unlock it and turn it all the way down to the depth stop, which is a real time consuming pain. But as far as micro adjusting goes, it is very easy to micro adjust because of this. Now as far as the cut goes, when I was cutting the walnut with the Makita and the raised panel bit, it bogged down the most. Now the Dewalt has never been used. It powered through. I would have no problem cutting raised panel doors with this thing all day long in a better router table where I could adjust it more accurately. So I guess the questions remain. Is this router as powerful as the Makita? I think it is. Was it worth buying for me? Absolutely. I think it'll be a welcome addition to my shop, especially when I get a better router table. Do you have any questions or suggestions on how I could have made this head-to-head battle even more exciting? Please leave a comment down below. If you like this video, please hammer that thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to subscribe and ring that little notification bell so you never miss when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching and hope to see you on the next project.